Today we're going to dive into the one skill that really separates the most successful people from, well, everyone else. And here's the twist. It's a skill that AI is now making possible for all of us. Let's jump in.
All right, let's start with a little thought experiment. Just imagine this. You get a deal where you get 10% of any classmate's earnings for the rest of their life. Now, the only rule is you can't pick them based on who has the richest parents. This has to be all about them. So, who pops into your head? What is it about them?
You know what's so fascinating about this? It's who we don't choose. It's almost never the person with the perfect grades or the highest IQ. No, our gut tells us to bet on someone else entirely, someone with the qualities you see on the right. We bet on character.
Yeah, these are the traits that actually predict success in the long run. Things like integrity, honesty, generosity, being the kind of person who just does more than their share without being asked. And here's the really crucial part. You're not born with this stuff. These are choices. They're self-made.
Okay, but here comes the other side of the coin. You also have to sell short one classmate. That means you have to pay out 10% of their earnings for life. This is where it gets really interesting. Who are you betting against? And again, it's probably not the person with the worst grades, is it?
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? The people we bet against are the ones who lack integrity. Think about it. You might hire someone for being smart and having a ton of energy. But if they don't have integrity, that intelligence and energy will absolutely destroy you. A smart, energetic person without a moral compass is just a catastrophe waiting to happen.
So, this all leads to a massive problem in the professional world, what we can call the communication gap. See, you can have all the right character traits, be brilliant, have endless energy, but if you can't get your ideas to connect with other people, you're going to fail. Let's look at how this actually plays out.
Here it is. This is the fundamental disconnect. Most of us, we try to persuade people with facts, with logic, with data. But that's not how humans are wired. We're not wired to make decisions based on facts alone. We are wired to be moved by feelings. True influence, real connection. It happens when you can bridge that gap.
And this is why so many professionals feel like they are pushing these huge boulder uphill every single day. They show up armed with spreadsheets with all the data points, and they wonder why their brilliant, perfectly logical ideas just aren't landing. It's because they're speaking the wrong language.
The top 1%, though, they get this. They practice something called story selling. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's the art of bridging that gap. It's about taking those cold, hard facts and wrapping them in an emotional story that creates presence, that builds a real connection, and frankly, gives you charisma.
And hey, you don't have to take my word for it. You can see this in action everywhere. Some of the most influential leaders and innovators we've ever seen were absolute masters of this. Let's just break down a few of them.
I mean, look at Warren Buffett. He doesn't bury you in financial jargon. He tells you simple stories about castles and moats. Bill Gates? He didn't sell you a piece of software. He sold you a vision, a computer on every desk. And of course, Steve Jobs was the ultimate storyteller. He didn't list the tech specs of the first iPhone. No, he created a villain, the awful, clumsy stylus, so that your own finger could be the hero. They all sold clarity.
Okay, that all sounds great, right? But here's the catch. For basically all of history, learning how to connect and persuade like that, well, it was a long, painful road of trial and error.
We're talking about a 20-year learning curve. 2 decades of practice, of failing, of refining just to get good at this. But honestly, who has that kind of time? You've got a number to hit next month, a team that needs inspiration tomorrow.
But right now, this is where everything changes. The game has been completely flipped on its head by a new tool that can just massively speed up this entire process. And that tool, of course, is AI.
What used to take 20 years can now be learned in a tiny fraction of the time. With AI, we can literally compress decades of experience into a couple of days. I know that sounds like an exaggeration, but it's not. It is a fundamental shift in how we learn and develop our skills.
The best way to think about it is like this. AI is your personal sparring partner. You can feed it your data and have it find the hidden emotional triggers of your clients. You can literally ask it to create a digital twin of your most difficult customer, and then practice handling their objections over and over. It's a way to fail safely in private, so you can win when it really matters.
So this is the blueprint. This whole approach, story selling in the age of AI, is all about giving you a structured way to use these incredible new tools, not to replace you, but to help you connect, persuade, and inspire on a whole new level.
It's about human-AI collaboration that builds real connection.
Which, of course, brings us right back to where we started. All of these skills, all of these tools, they're all designed to help you become that person, the one others instinctively trust and want to bet on. So the ultimate question is, when you look in the mirror, are you the person you'd buy 10% of?